Okay, could you make a statement about what you think needs to be done to make Formosa a safe workplace, and to make Formosa a good environmental neighbor?
Well, first of all, I think
Okay, now just you have to frame that as a statement, like you're not answering my question. You say, "I think it would be really good if Formosa would," so that we can just take your statement.
yeah. Well, I think Formosa needs to sit down, in their environment. They need to improve on it. The safety, they need to understand that safety comes first. Not the production right there, because Formosa is a type of company right there. Their money is their main concern. But far as the environment right there and the safety of the people, yes, they do need to work. And I think OSHA, TECQ, EPA, the whole group needs to get in and go out there and do an investigation with this company right there. They need to go out there, and just go over the whole thing. But they do need to, improve a lot.
Is there anything you'd like to say that we didn't talk about? I mean, this is just whatever is on your mind that you haven't said yet that you would like to have out there.
Well, yeah, I have no, as far as Formosa Plastics right there, I can't say anything good about this company. When I started working out there, I used to love my job out there, but it got to where I couldn't stand them anymore. Lying, falsifying documents, and it just kept going on right there, then and I finally retired, and I'm one of the lucky ones that retired from the company that got out of there with the insurance. I've known people that's got 28 years out there that's fired, no insurance. They fired them just because of a little simple thing. A witness statement, lying on a witness statement, for an example, okay? A person lied on it. Well, what do you think I did? I lied on a witness statement too when I had a release. Why didn't they fire me? And that's why I can't stand this company, because of it.
Okay, well thanks. I think that's a starter. Maybe there'll be more, but I think we got quite a bit from you. And that's
I have one more question.
go on.
Yeah. I'm just curious, were you aware of the level of toxins when you first started the job? Did you understand how it affected people's health or any of that? Did you even?
Do you mean Formosa?
Yeah, or any of the plants?
No. When we worked out there, when we first started out there, we used to go inside these reactors, big rocks behind the baffles, big rocks. And we used to sit there and knock them out and take a chainsaw in there and cut them up with a chainsaw. No breathing air. We never had breathing air out there. When I hired in, we didn't have breathing air. We had no Scott air packs. We had nothing. And far as our breathing air, that's one thing right there I pushed real hard on breathing air, because they had carbon steel. They were using carbon steel pipe for your breathing air for the operators. Well, you don't use carbon steel, you use stainless. And that's one thing that I pushed it, and finally I got it changed out to stainless right there. But see, I bucked the company. I went after them. I said, look, this is not right. Y'all need to do this here, and they started coming after me. So once you buck them and once you sit there, they gonna come after you. Period. That's all. But the breathing air system with the carbon steel on it right there, these people, you could look in this pipe that you would not believe the rust and stuff that these guys would sit there. They wouldn't even use it. So that's why, these people are putting down, zero, but they got it changed over to stainless, but there's still something not right, because I've talked to somebody that's up in management over there not too long ago that they're writing zero down, like I said before in the book, and at the end of the shift, the board people are saying it's coming from them cleaning that filter. Well, that don't make sense to me. If it's zero out there, why are they putting it down in here that it's coming from them cleaning the filter? They're picking out readings from it. And that's at 5 parts per million now. That's not 1, that's 5. So it's over 5. You know, so you got scale out there in these barrels, and you got people, maintenance people all over the place walking out there. So every time you walk by that barrel out there, people don't realize you're getting exposed.
When you were talking about using a chainsaw to cut up rock, I think I know what you mean, but maybe we could explain that a little bit for the camera.
Oh, okay. What I'm talking about
Okay. As a statement, when just say that thing again, you know, about using a chainsaw to cut up the rock, and explain just
yeah,
how you're doing that.
on a reactor right there, when we took it down, we vented it, and, you know, we opened it up. The readings were, you know, supposed to be like they're supposed to be right there, you know. And I know there's a lot of, as far as opening up one of the reactors out there, there's a lot of lying going on what these guys sit there and write down on what they, you know, write down before they open, as far as the, you know, the limits. But anyways, when we hired in out there, when I did, that we took, like I say, rocks. I'm talking rocks. Oh my God, I don't know, 4x4 behind the baffle. I mean big rocks that we'd sit there and take a sledgehammer and we'd sit there and knock them out. No breathing air on, no nothing. And we'd sit there and we'd hit, and the rock would come out, and you couldn't get it out the manway. You know, the manway was too small. So what they did, they got us a chainsaw. And we took that chainsaw, then we cut that rock up. We'd cut it up in pieces, you know, and then the vinyl, you know, vinyl's coming out because it's going to heat it up. So you're getting vinyl, you're getting exposed right there off of the rock. This, you know, you can't say scale, it's a rock. And we'd cut it up small enough, we'll sit there and we throw it out the manway right there, and these guys would just sit there and throw it down on the ground right there, you know. But that's what when we started up out there, that's what we had to work with no air, no nothing. And the chainsaw, and we'd build scaffolds ourselves. I'd see rocks out there behind a baffle way up there to the 3rd flight, and they'd knock them out right there. And we've had a guy sit there, wasn't tied off, and he slipped somehow. And these reactors has got blades on it, agitator blades. That he sat there and he fell. When he fell, I mean, right spread-legged right there, and I mean, it tore him up bad. You know, this is at the beginning of startup out there at this plant. But now, since I've left, no more chainsaw. They finally got more modern out there, you know. But it's still not a safe place to work. I wouldn't recommend anybody. An example, a buddy of mine called me the other day. He went out there for an interview, and he had one at Dow, and he had to take choice, this plant or this plant. And I told him, if I was you, I would take that plant out there. I wouldn't go out here, because I know where they wanted him to work at. And I said, you don't want to work there, because I've worked there. And I said, that's the nastiest place out there at that plant.